Greetings, friends. This is Elizabeth Shermer with a lunar eclipse update. Today is Saturday, January 26th, and this is part 2 of my lunar eclipse message. If you caught the first message, which I published last Monday, I said that part 2 would be coming on Tuesday, the next day. And all I can say is what a remarkable full week this has been. I had every intention every day of getting back to you because I'm inspired to talk about what I'm going to share today. And every day really was full from wake up time until bedtime. So anyway, here it's already 5 p.m. on Saturday. Here I am and really eager to bring this message forward to you. The first thing I want to say about whether things are on time or not on time right now is that lunar eclipse activates quantum field of possibility, and normal time space growth is suspended, and this enables us to make big leaps forward, and even the most mundane, seemingly mundane events can take on a bigger meaning if you're able to show up and connect with the momentum of the moment, because then you have the potential to transcend normal ways we heal. So if you show up for a pattern or a habit in this time, big things can happen. I guess that's the summary. In universal law, we say that you can actually clear or cleanse your karma patterns, maybe from lifetimes, by shifting frequency. And this is another way to say that we have the opportunity right now to shift some frequencies and shift some patterns permanently. So pay attention to whatever's showing up in your life right now. Nothing is insignificant. It's not a burden. It's not a threat from the universe. What it is an opportunity to make some lasting change. And the infusion of possibility and hope and inspiration and creativity in this eclipse is what is guiding us to connect with those opportunities in our lives. And in the previous message, I brought forward the Fool as the card in the tarot deck of infinite pure potential. And that's what's being activated right now, is this feeling of and capacity to feel things that are larger than life. And I will say that I've really been myself feeling that the last few days. I can feel an infusion of excitement and eagerness and new possibility and new potential. And so the theme that I'd like to bring forward now with the tarot spread that I pulled for the eclipse is the central card in the spread, which is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands represents pure potential. It represents the pure potential of creativity and transformation. All aces are new potential. The Ace of Wands is the Ace of Fire, the birth of fire, the birth of transformation, and an infusion of momentum, and an infusion of creativity, an infusion of transformation. And so the fire includes burning away the past, but there's a momentum right now that leads to a kind of exhilaration, even in habits or patterns that in the past would have caused you a difficult kind of stress, perhaps. Now there's like a fire behind you, a fuel within you that's lighting your inspiration to show up. And so this was the central card in the lunar eclipse spread that I pulled a few days ago, and I've been meditating on this card every day and feeling that potential of new beginnings. And so I have that card central on my altar and central here today in my message to you. So I'm going to dive in a little bit to the spread and just give a little bit of some practical suggestions from this planetary spread. So when I pull cards for the new moon and full moon, it's not, when I pull cards for this message to you, rather than a personal spread where I'm asking for advice for myself or a message for myself, I'm asking for a general signature that will help every single person who watches this message. So know that this message today is for you, and take what resonates. and take it in, because the signature is here for all of us right now. So the card, so we talked about the Ace of Wands, and now the card in the position of circumstances is the body is the Six of Wands. So the awareness that we have through all of our life circumstances right now, it is a quality of victory, a capacity to show up. The Six of Wands is called victory. It's a coherence and a unity of our willpower and of our determination and of our confidence and of our creativity. It's like the grids, the fire in our heart now is aligned, and we have a capacity right now to feel wholeness and to see wholeness and to experience wholeness in the ways we show up. And one of the key things about this eclipse is a unity of mind and heart and a blending of mind and heart. And so there's a way now that we can show up fully through this infusion of new possibility to be present to our heart and also to our awareness. So through this way of bridging mind and heart, we will receive new insights and new understandings and new awareness of what's possible. Now, here's a really key part of the spread, and that is the card in the position of Spirit is the Nine of Swords, Judgment. And what this says is, in order to fully show up, and when we fully show up, what may be triggered right now are habits of judgment and doubt, and what in this deck it's called cruelty. It's the judgmental mind that is hard. We're hard on ourselves and each other when things don't work out the way we planned. And believe me, there are lots of unexpected circumstances right now. The infusion of new potential and the infusion of new birth is enabling us to be present to what is, instead of making judgments about what we thought was going to happen. And that's one of the ways that Nine of Swords cruelty gets activated, is when something unexpected happens and it's not what we anticipated. Or when we don't, another way that the Nine of Swords comes up and what I'm receiving right now is also we can be hard on ourselves when we don't meet our own expectations. And so in all circumstances now, the important thing for yourself and for your attitude with others is to hold compassion and courage and be available to the perfection in the moment, no matter what it is and no matter how unexpected it is. And you will receive new gifts of understanding. So the punchline conclusion of the spread is the Prince of Wands. The fourth card is another huge affirmation, because the Prince of Wands is carrying forward that Ace of Wands, and he's determined. This is the card of the Leo full moon, which we just had. That was the eclipse, was a Leo full moon. So all of these cards are synced up with the energy of Leo and the energy of confidence and courage and vitality and inspiration to move forward and inner strength. So there's a final synchronicity I want to say today, which is the message that came forward to me when I was sitting down to meditate to do this video for you. And I asked Source for affirmation and for an infusion of clarity to bring this message forward. And I asked, indeed, is the Ace of Wands the theme for everyone, or is it just resonating with me? Or is this potential for new possibility in every moment really what's happening? So as I was meditating, I was guided to go to the symbol for the sun today. It's called a Sabian symbol because the sun is our fire. And I went to the sun and I looked up the Sabian symbol for the sun. And the Sabian symbol for the sun today at 7 degrees Aquarius is a human child being born out of a cosmic egg, a child being born from an egg. And this symbol has to do with each of us stepping into a new evolutionary field, which is what happens at an eclipse. And it's what's happening in our lifetime. And every time we have one of these big events or cross one of these big thresholds, we move to another level of what is possible for us individually and for our collective. So this literally is a symbol of evolution, of new birth. And as I was meditating on the symbol, I saw in my mind an image from a tarot card. And this card is from, I wasn't sure what deck it was from, but because I usually use the Thoth decks, but I recognized this image and I thought, and it was a round image. And so I was curious that perhaps it was from the Mother Peace deck that I loved years ago. I used to use it a lot. And so I went to my Mother Peace deck to look for this image of a child bursting out of an egg. And it is in the Mother Peace deck. Here's the image. This is each of us right now. And what's phenomenal about this is the card for the Ace of Wands in that deck. This is another symbol for the birth of new possibility and an affirmation that we really are stepping into new worlds and creating a whole new life for ourselves and becoming a new being. This is a symbol of evolution. And so again, this card came up. I was shown this card in my mind, and I haven't used this deck for a very long time. So this symbol was not in my conscious mind. But when I meditated on Source and asked if the Ace of Wands was a valid symbol for each of us to hold right now, this was the image I saw. And literally, it's the image for the sun's position today in the sky at 7 Aquarius. So the harmony, I guess what I'd like to say is the harmony of the universe is beyond what we can even understand or fathom. We are held by so much beauty and love and support. And the more we grow and the more we heal and the more we help each other heal, the more we know the truth of that support and the more we're able to trust it. The stronger we get, the more whole we get and the more joy we feel. So this card is going on my altar and I will be celebrating this new year. We are just a few days away from the birth of the pig year and the year of the Earth Pig, and I'll be talking to you about that in the next few days. But there's a new birth of potential that is building for each of us, and we are stepping more and more into the truth of who we are. So I wish for each of you watching this message, I wish for each of you a burst, a birth, an infusion of joy and creativity and eagerness and excitement for what is to come, and for the confidence and the compassion to hold yourself and to hold others with courage, knowing that we are each and every moment doing the best we can. And when we can stay in that space and hold space for each other, that's when the magic happens. So here's to magic. Here's to each of us on our path. Have a really great day.